Our own Matt Sheehan spoke with House Speaker Emmanuel Chris Welch in an interview where Speaker Welch said it's time to bring the state together.
After nearly 50 years, Illinois has a new Speaker of the House. I'm joined by him now. Speaker Emmanuel Chris Welch, thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, you were complimentary of Speaker Madigan on the day you were voted in as the new Speaker. Obviously, a new leader means change. What are some of the things most important to you to freshen up?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to, roll out a very diverse leadership team, a leadership team that looks like our state. Our diversity is our strength in the state of Illinois. And I did that last week. I'm going to continue to do that with the appointments of the chairs to committees. Hopefully I'll have that to roll out this week. But I think, the big thing to do is to be someone who is unifying, someone who's going to be willing to work collaboratively and in partnership with everyone, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, no matter what community you live in. I think it's important that we work together. And I was really proud to appoint as my Speaker Pro Tem your local legislator right there in Peoria, who you should be proud of, Leader Jahan Gordon Booth. She's an instrumental part of my team. And I'm looking forward to working with her and the diverse perspectives that she brings from the district that she represents.
Yeah, and I was just about to ask you, you and Representative Gordon Booth will be working closely together in your new role and her new spot in House leadership. How much influence will leaders such as Gordon Booth have under your leadership?
Well, Leader Gordon Booth has been a friend of mine the entire 8 years I've been in the General Assembly. She played a large role in helping me become the first black Speaker of the Illinois House of Representatives in our state's history. I value her opinion. I value her input. She's going to play a huge role in setting the agenda here that we follow in the House of Representatives. And she's someone I'm going to lean on. Again, I value her opinion. I text her, I call her and say, hey, you got a minute? I want to run some things by you. And she's always available to me. And so that's a valuable relationship that it's just priceless. And I'm looking forward to working closely with her in this new role.
And I did want to ask you about House Bill 3653. Law enforcement officials in our area have told us that they are pretty concerned with this bill, saying it'll take away necessary funding for the departments and also impact the services they can offer to Illinoisans. Do you believe lawmakers need to kind of reassess that bill and get more law enforcement perspective, or do you think Governor Pritzker should sign it as is?
I think Governor Pritzker should sign it as is. I think what people have to realize is that this bill was put together after months of collaborative hearings and input from stakeholders all across the state. We have to remember that these bills that were put together as part of the Black Caucus agenda came together after a black man was killed when someone put their knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Law enforcement has to realize that reform has to happen. Reform is on the way, and Governor Pritzker should sign the bill as is. Do we need to continue to have conversations? We should always continue to have conversations and find ways to continue to improve. And law enforcement is always welcome to be a part of that conversation. But this bill wasn't just thrown on a board and people voted for it. It was the result of months and months of work and numerous stakeholder input.
All right. Well, it was great to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And this full interview will be on our website. That's ciproud.com.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates has your full forecast when we come back.